Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to be part of your day. The real estate that we have is time. After we spend time, we can't get time back. So the time that you guys give me and make for me is something that I take very seriously. And I'm hopeful that I give you something to think about, laugh about, at least think about, to take with you during your day. This is about Corey Micciolo and his mom, Brianna Micciolo, the trial of Christopher Gregor, the deadbeat dad who got basically talked into getting custody of his son because his parents thought that I guess he could do a better job at raising the young man than the mom that their son R-worded when she was just a teenager and he was an adult. Of course, that's not talked about, the fact that she was only 16, Brianna Micciolo, when she was R-worded by Christopher Gregor, and 17 when she had Corey, and he was a grown adult who I guess was afraid to tell his parents what he did, or maybe he did tell his parents and they swept it under the rug. We're going to find out at some point what's going on there. However, I have a concern. There was a little bit of misinformation I saw, because what I'm reading in the manslaughter charge, because that's what he was guilty of, two charges. Manslaughter, but not guilty in the MURDER. So the manslaughter is 10 to 30 years in prison. It's 10 to 30 years in prison. I heard somebody say it was 30 years to life. That is not the case. The most he could do with both of the charges, because there was an endangerment charge as well, the most he could do is 40 years. I have a huge concern here because there's ramblings of how Grandpa Gregor kind of gave a smirk or a look or a thumbs up or something to the judge. And the judge is the guy who's going to decide how long his son, the monster, who ran away and was found in Tennessee with his phone on airplane mode. And then if you went ahead, you checked his phone searches, you saw, could you find a phone on airplane mode? Could it be traced on airplane mode? Mind you, from New Jersey, found in Tennessee, left his son alone to die in the eyes of strangers, didn't even have the decency to call the mother. Just took off and ran. That's guilt. That's guilt. That's not grief. That's guilt. So now the judge is going to come in and sentence him, and I have real concerns about that, because Grandpa Gregor has a lot of fucking pull. Because 27 years veteran of the New Jersey State Trooper. He was a New Jersey State Trooper. Christopher Gregor had been in trouble before. Christopher Gregor has been dirty with his urine because Chris Cuomo said so, and I believe him. Guys, we have to really pay attention, and if Chris Gregor gets a smack on the wrist, if he gets anything less than a total of 25 years, I say we all write to that fucking judge. Because here's the thing, the guy's, he's in his early 30s. So when he gets out, he's still going to be a young guy. He's younger than me when he gets out, guys. Even if he did a full 30 years, he's going to be my age when he gets out, guys. His son is dead. Now, he might not really give a shit because we saw the way he treated him. But Brianna will never get over the loss of her child. She has a daughter today, right? That daughter will never know her brother. Only stories of her brother, and they stop when he's fucking 6 years old. because that's the only life he had. 6 years. And Christopher Gregor, who I understand now why he rolled the dice and said, I am not going to take the plea deal of 30 years. I'm not taking it because my daddy has connections and I ain't going to do 30 years. And I hate to tell you, I don't think he's going to do 30 years. So I was critical of that fucking sprite of a lawyer whose own son has been convicted of the most hellacious acts. So he has no moral compass there. But he got him off the murder charge. So while I was saying he only took it for money, he did a great job. He got him off the murder charge, and he's probably going to get the guy less than 30 years, which is worth the money, right? Because he was guaranteed 30 years. So if he gets 29 years, in 29 years, that 1 year is going to be worth the hundreds of thousands of dollars that was paid to the law firm, if anything was paid to the law firm, because, I think one hand washes another among thieves, right? I mean, when you play in dirt and you can't get the shit off you, it's your own fault. I can't imagine wanting to associate with a parent that raised a child that either unalived their son or held somebody down so that somebody could be R-worded over and over and over again, or somebody that actually did the R-wording over and over and over again, because we really don't know what role Anthony Gallucci, Mario Gallucci's son, played in that charge of, holding somebody down, drugging somebody else so that they can hold somebody down and just take advantage. 3 men take advantage of 1 woman because they drugged the guy that she was with. 3 guys, 1 woman. That's Mario Gallucci's son that he's proud of. That's the lawyer, Mario Gallucci. His son, Anthony Gallucci, did that. And we all know what David Gregor's son did. He bullied, unalived his son, David Gregor's grandson, and somehow, they still want to blame the Micciolo family. The Micciolo family followed the rules. The rules failed them. They kept giving Corey back. I have to believe it's because of the pull of Grandpa David Gregor. Why? Why else? A woman says 100 times, the woman's documented with pictures. There's pictures of Corey. There's pictures of his bruises. You have teachers saying he was never like this before the dad came into the picture. The mom, there were no bruises. And then they try to say football. It's because of football. Flag fucking football. Not tackle football. And then they tried to say, when you see the video, the treadmill video, he was trying to coax his son. Well, Mario Gallucci, I understand why you raised the son that you raised. And David Gregor, I understand why you raised the son that you raised. We have the idea of who you are. Guys, we have to pay attention to this judge and make sure that this judge gives Christopher Gregor more than a smack on the fucking wrist. We have to do that. And I'm really hoping for prison punishment. I'm hoping that Gregor goes like a treadmill, like a relay machine, from one inmate to the other inmate, from one inmate to the other inmate, to pay for what Grandpa Gregor has done over 27 years as a New Jersey state trooper because they don't like they don't like the kids of cops in jail, but also they don't like the kids of cops in jail that unalive their own children. So I can't wait to hear prison punishment coming out of there, Gregor, because somebody needs to knock the living shit out of you, and take away your eliteness, your what's the word I'm looking for? Your snobbery. Somebody really just needs to knock the living shit out of you. That's what I think. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Because let me tell you something. If there was some sort of carny game where we could throw something at Christopher Gregor, yeah, I'd be the first one there. And it would hurt. All right, guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Thanks for giving me some of your time. I hope I gave you a little bit of something to think about. This case just really pisses me off because it was a 6-year-old kid, couldn't defend himself, a mother that tried every which way by the book to protect her son and was failed by the system. And I just have no doubt it's because of who Grandpa Gregor is. We should all know who Grandpa Gregor is. We have to find a way to make sure that Grandpa Gregor knows that we know who he is. Something very creative to let him know what kind of father of the year and grandpa of the year he is. I don't know, maybe a card that we all sign and send to him. I don't know, something like that, right, guys? June, Father's Day. Let's think about us all sending a card to the Gregors. Just what a great dad you are. All right, guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Tell me what you think. Thanks, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. And be boisterous with your opinion here when it comes to the judge and Grandpa Gregor and, Christopher Gregor. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye.